Yeah. So I found a
AI review.
AI review. Yeah. I don't know what the hand motion is, but
Have you ever seen a PewDiePie video?
oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so he goes, meme review. The review. Something like this.
Yeah.
AI review.
Lost in space, but that's okay. Climb aboard the brand spaceship today.
Here, time out. Danielle asked if anyone can talk to her about opening video right now.
Make her come on the show. Send her
Okay.
this link
Okay.
and then don't explain. Oh, Lindsay's joining too. This is amazing.
Hey, welcome to the brand spaceship.
Are we going to be on the brand spaceships next episode?
We were about to do a episode watching strange AI generated commercials. So this is going to be a fever dream episode anyway. So if there's just a client meeting in the middle of it, there's no problem.
Hello, it appears you're together. You're in human form. Where are you? What's going on?
I have bad news.
Nothing our AI, aka me, can't handle.
We need to edit the opening video.
No problem. I'm contacting our human editor.
Hope that makes it into the recording. Bye. Bye.
So that is how the sausage is made, as they say.
Dishing up hot dogs like you've never seen before.
We just click over to, we teleport in clients from New York City into space, and then at the end, they give us thumbs down and we give them thumbs up. Business, spelled Bizness.
Yesterday I was thinking about so a few episodes ago we broke down how we use AI
Wonderful. Look at it go.
to help us in our editing process. But I came across a few videos and realized a lot of people are using AI to make entire videos. There's
I
like
have lots of thoughts on this.
yeah. So I found out yesterday there's a section of the internet that makes fully AI generated ads.
Now, are you talking about the fever dream ones or ones that are attempting to be good?
This is as good as they get right now, but they are very fever dreamy.
Okay. Have you seen the Shaquille O'Neal one?
I see the Shaquille O'Neal one. Yes, I went down a rabbit hole. Okay,
Great.
And
Let's
so
have
I
fun.
don't know how many we want to watch, but
Plenty.
there's a couple that are inspired. So let me start with an Oreo commercial that is.
I've seen this, but let's go.
What if the universe baked a cookie and sent it hurtling through the cosmos? What if that cookie turned into a symphony of shooting stars, lighting up our world? And what if those stars turned into your favorite treat, falling like sweet snowflakes? What if each bite could hold a universe of flavors? What if we told you this isn't just a dream?
Okay, so that last shot's legitimately a branded shot and is not AI.
Yeah, they
AI
just tacked
built?
that on
Okay.
at the end there.
All right. So the first shots of just an asteroid with the sun were great.
Yeah,
We
And-
use these all day. Now, here is where AI visualization fails. It is in the detail. For example, how many fingers people have, the directions knees go, where feet should be. There's a very interesting amount of learning in what large data sets can teach, right? And yes, it gets better and better, and I'm sure that I'll have to eat my words, and by the end, everyone will be like, you see, AI is smarter than everyone.
Bishop takes queen, knight takes bishop. Thank you for a very enjoyable game.
And now no one has a job, or whatever some people believe will happen, which I don't agree with. But it is interesting right now that the current state of analyzing large amounts of data results in a human being with either too few joints or too many. But I'm not sure why that is the obstacle. It's like everything else is working, and then it's like, well, the frosting is on that. Like, and then the Oreo becomes a donut. Very interesting.
Yeah, but I will say from a copywriting perspective, I'm very interested in copywriting. Opening a cookie ad with the line, what if the universe baked a cookie is the most moving thing. Like I was almost in tears with just how moved I was by that sentiment. And then it just went fluffy advertising one-liners over and over and over again throughout that whole video. And I was like, okay, you compare that to where AI, like generative script writing, was a year ago. That's kind of where my head went, is that we've seen the progression of copywriting and still images. So is there a fast follow?
So right now, AI generated images can be really, really beautiful, but they're still not precise in the same way.
Sei un mafioso, Harry.
I don't know, they're getting better constantly. Frankly, who the hell knows?
Avada vendetta.
Right? But the only corollary I can think of is that we're much better at having robots talk than they are at walking. Does that make sense? There are certain things that human beings do. So, for example, who knows if this is true, but basically I've heard that like a hand is so complicated we can't do the math on it, more or less. So like we can't teach the robot to have as much dexterity as a hand or connect. It's really the combination of locomotion with intelligence versus straight intelligence. Whereas we seem to be very far along when it comes to thinking, thought, etc., at least in terms of regurgitating what it's read on the internet, right? If you just think about it, it's reading the world's knowledge. And then from there, it's surmising what certain things mean. Seeing the scripts for as many commercials as possible and then writing one based on that info. Somehow that info seems to take a little bit longer on the visualization. How much longer, I don't know. I will say, whenever people show me how good AI is getting, I keep thinking that the end of AI is really not us losing our work, but realizing what we actually do, the stuff that we didn't know we did. The simple example of this is a lot of the stuff that makes, in my opinion, human beings really special and different is a lot of the stuff we take for granted. So while these AI generated scripts are interesting, are you always going to be able to tell the difference between great art created by a person and great art created by a robot? I'm not really sure. My gut is we will. It will become harder and harder and harder, but I'm not ready to say that Oreo commercial.
We used to look up in the sky and wonder.
What if the universe baked a cookie?
Was Christopher Nolan. As someone who watched Interstellar last night.
What if that cookie turned into a symphony of shooting stars, lighting up our world?
I didn't know I was going to go here. Okay, with AI when it comes to creativity, the question is Christopher Nolan the filter for something he uniquely is given, or is he just copying 2001 and everything that came before? Is he receiving a signal that is unique and is his signal from something that isn't of this world, if you want to get spiritual about it? Or is he simply consuming a bunch of information and regurgitating it better than everyone else?
Yeah.
The AI path to knowledge with large language models is consume information, interpret it better, push it back out. And the real question as to whether AI can replace us is that what we do?
Yeah, this goes back to something we talked about in the previous episode where we compared an ad that we made for OnePlus to iPhone 15 ad that Apple put out. And what we got into there is kind of in line with what you're talking about here, is that like every idea is out in the ether. 90% of content is based on that idea. It's the 10% that you add as an individual, as a creative, that makes it uniquely human, uniquely your own.
Is that 10% a copy of something you may not even realize? Or is that 10% actually unique and actually yours? It is a question we don't know the answer to, but it's the fundamental question I think is solved by AI, because if AI can replicate us exactly, the answer is actually that 10% that's you is actually just a reinterpretation of a signal you've already received.
Sure.
Meaning like in the world, if the answer is AI can't copy us, at least the greatest works that we do,
meet Frodo Baggins,
then the answer is that there's something unique in you that is not simply math, ones and zeros. Anyway, let's keep going. I waxed too poetic about a.
No, I was hoping that this would trigger something and take us into weird, crazy philosophical. But speaking of storytelling and questions, my question is, why was this made?
When hunger strikes and you need a treat, Bug Blast is the place to meet. with juicy patties and cheese so melty. Burger Blast is where you need to be. Burger Blast, the place to be. Burgers so good, they'll set you free. Burgers out of this world, so tasty and unique. But what you don't know, they're from a planet you can't speak. The aliens have landed, they're using burgers to control the secrets in the sauce. That's how they take their toll. Burger Blast, the place to be. Resistance is futile, you'll be eating happily.
Okay, I've seen enough of this.
Okay, I think that's funny.
All right, pause it. I'm just going to tell you this right now. The idea that an AI wrote this script, I don't believe at all. Somebody said, write me a song about how aliens come to Earth and use burgers to control the minds of people. Yeah. Make sure the song is an advertisement for the burger joint. That burger joint is called, what does it say? Burger Blast?
Burger Blast, yeah.
Yeah, this is such horseshit. This is like, as I am mad you showed me this.
No expression, no
This is time I'll never get back in my life.
This is moving.
No, this is actually what I think AI is. All right, let's talk about this.
Elaborate.
I have a theory. So this concept is called Android by proxy. And what it is a theory. Are you familiar with dead internet theory?
No, but I'm very intrigued by dead internet theory.
Dead internet theory believes that over 50% of the internet is bots. I will tell you, having run ad servers, that 30% of clicks-ish 10 years ago were bots. So when you pay for ads to be seen, it's commonly known that minimum 20%, usually 30% of those clicks are robots. And when I say robots, I'm not speaking about not that, just algorithms of information that make choices on the internet, sharing data. Let's assume dead internet theory, if not true, is close to true. This means that most of what you read on the internet is created by non-human entities. So the question is, what makes you human? And my belief of what makes me human is actually that the thoughts I have are generated by me and other human beings in my world. It's either some sort of genetic memory, if you believe in that, or in my world, I talk to other human beings and they give me information and we, fight fights and light fires and cook food and we learn from each other. We are human in our exchange of information. Android by proxy is when you become an android because over 50% of your thoughts were generated by a robot. So you are an android in my mind when your information is greater than 50% coming from one of these algorithms. So my belief of what the AI is doing in creating this content is just to promote the AI. So it will just become trash like this that is on, I watch stupid internet videos. I just try to be as aware as possible. This type of shit is what is going to distract us from being human. And we are slowly just going to become robots that consume Burger Blast fake commercials. And at the end of the day, we all look like the people from WALL-E in our recliners and everything sucks. End rant.
I think, first of all, Android by Proxy is an awesome movie. And the other funny thing that you mentioned is talking about the all becoming people like WALL-E. One thing I've noticed in my rabbit hole yesterday was that there's a theme. I don't know if it's, because of how prompts are being fed into the AI.
What planet are you guys from?
Or if it's some machine learning aspect to it or both. But a lot of the people who are generated in AI are massively overweight.
Planet Mountain Dew. The place where all your dreams come true.
You got to be inclusive if you're AI. It's really important.
Well, they're very, very inclusive.
Does AI want us to be fat? Is this your theory?
I think that either AI wants us to be fat or AI is making
aware that
comment.
We are fat?
Yeah.
Do your toilets use Mountain Dew water?
Making a comment about how lazy humans are.
No, we pee in plastic bottles.
And to that point, are you cool if I show you one more?
Of course. Show one more.
All right. This one has dialogue in it, so there's another
perfect.
wrinkle.
I'm sure it's even better. Sure, it's excellent.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I just wish I could have some pizza.
I wish I could help you, but there's nothing I can do.
No, there is not.
My dog. Do you ever wish you could get out there and see the world?
What do you mean? I'm faithful to this couch.
As am I, dog. But what if you could bring the couch with you? What if you could see the world from the glorious comfort of your couch? 1 mile at a time. Would you like that?
Does the Pope in the woods?
Introducing the all-new Ford Mundo, the first all-comfort full-sized roadster.
All right.
You get the point.
It's the only one I like. I'm going to tell you why I like this. We can finish up with me discussing where I think that AI fits into creativity.
Please do.
AI is about prompts, right? It's about working to understand how to communicate effectively with an assistant who will create for you. There are many very, very creative people that don't have the technical expertise to execute video content creation. This is an example of someone with a really funny idea, really funny prompt that they put together, and the AI helped them create something hilarious. And for all we know, they can't animate, they can't draw, they can't do anything. They're just silly. They have funny ideas, and they literally just figured out how to communicate with ChatGPT to be like, listen, I have this idea for this new car. You can see how this goes, where it creates a really funny story. That one was good. And that's an example of where AI fits in. It's to augment your creative ability, but you still have to do the prompts. Now, Jared, how often do I edit?
Rarely to never.
Some of the highest value positions are all about coming up with concepts and giving them to people to execute. And certain concepts now,
Planet Mountain Dew,
can be executed by AI. So the idea that there's a valuable position in just being this prompt engineer. This last video is a great example of someone understanding, like, I have this idea, whether they just didn't want to take the time to execute it or they didn't know how. They just released it into the AI. Here's my idea. That is very different from the AI itself creating the idea.
Yeah.
And this is the thing I want to finish on, is that we don't know how these videos were even made and to what degree, that Oreo one, right? Or the burger, whatever.
That one really struck a nerve.
That burger disgusting one. Potentially, I could see the Oreo one being genuinely generated by AI at this point. And the prompt becomes, create a commercial. It should be epic and about how Oreos were created by the universe, something like that. You're still giving it a prompt, right? And they might have generated that. It wasn't a very good script. With the second one, it was far too specific. That was prompt engineered.
Mm-hmm.
That person was like, the aliens are coming to take over, and they are going to make a cheeseburger company, and we're going to make a jingle for this cheeseburger company.
The aliens have landed, they're using burgers.
Right? So that's really the job of a director. So what this points me to is that if you want to know the types of jobs that I don't think anytime soon will be taken, is really the execution type jobs, the white collar execution jobs, meaning I'm going to edit a video. I'm going to, now the degree to which they can do it, like that the AI can do it like the best editors in the world, I don't know yet.
Let me put it this way, Mr. Raymer. The 9000 series is the most reliable computer ever made.
But I am very aware that it's going to take people directing those tools, at least for a very, 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 very long time. Now, here's the last thing to consider is when we direct them, they take that information and store it to use for themselves. And the question is, do they ever become better at directing themselves than we are at directing them?
Right.
And that is where we will end. Will the AI take over? It's dependent on whether they figure out how to tell themselves what to do. This has been the Brand Spaceship. That is Jared, the producer. Jared is his nickname. My name is Ryan Sheffer. We work at Mile Lady. Pretty soon we're going to be done with our big project, so give us a call.
Hey, and if you are an AI looking for a job, we have some openings. Find us on LinkedIn and apply for one of our creative positions.
And if you play Magic the Gathering, I play Mono Blue. Orvar is my desired commander. Hit me up.
Gotta go Mono Blue. See you on the table.
Artificial intelligence.